Okay, very warm welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to call it the very good morning, noon, afternoon, evening. And for some of us, I know it's maybe a midnight. This is a group, HC Impact Group, a global expert network, which is presenting this webinar. And one of the things that I would like to say about this group is that this is the group on which sun never sets. So we have a very, I think, a good galaxy of speakers today, and the topic is also very important. We all hear about the sustainability, ESG, and the topic is the how to disclose human capital in the ESG reporting by using ISO 30414 guidelines for internal and external human capital reporting standards. Most of the members of this group are the, I think, called the co-authors of this standard. And this webinar is also going as a live streaming on the YouTube channel of one of our members. And we are going to have the different threads about this conversation today. And this includes a brief introduction about the this special group, and how this mission that we are chasing is a link with the overall mission of the planet, that is sustainability. Okay, so our now next speaker is Dr. Kyung-Soo Shin, and he's the founder of the SGI, Sustainable Development Growth Institute, which is a very famous company focused on the leadership training and the organization culture consulting in the Seoul, South Korea. He's a member of the Leadership Development Committee in the South Korea, which is a non-government organization to study and report what the Korean CEO leadership has to be. Furthermore, he's an HR advisor of the InnoBiz Association in the South Korea. His final goal is going to support the sustainability of the Korean company through human capital enforcement. To make his goal come true, he's now developing himself to promote ISO 30414 to the Korean companies. He's the first mover called an authorized consultant of ISO 30414 in the South Korea. So over to you, Shen.
Thank you, Zahid. Before showing my presentation file, I'd like to say that I'm very impressed by the speech of Hosaka Shunsuke. The kind of ambience of the situation of Japanese, the current spreading out of the ISO 30414. Anyway, I'd like to say my presentation file. I'm very happy to be able to talk about the Korean situation regarding ISO 30414. There are three main topics to announce today. First, the background of ISO 30414 being introduced in Korea. Second, domestic spread situation of 30414. And third, the situation of ISO 30414 certification. Firstly, when it comes to ISO 30414 itself, 30414 was first introduced in South Korea in December 2022. After I attended the TIS 260 general meeting held in Berlin, Germany in 2022, I wrote an article related to the HR global standards discussed there, and I sent it to the Hangyang, the #1 economy newspaper in South Korea. The related content was about the global trend and the necessity of ISO 30414. Surprisingly, several companies contacted me after reading this article and expressed their interest. And I constantly publish related articles in HR magazine and the other newspaper. As their articles are posted online, people seem to be gaining interest. Zahid, second slide. Next slide. Second one is the domestic spread situation of 30414. After issuing a newspaper article, many companies gave me their interest about ISO 30414. And I decided to open consultant course, just like Japan. 5 people, at the first time, 5 people in charge of HR department enrolled this consultant course. The time was March 2023, last year. And in September, I opened a second course, and at this time, 20 people registered. And this year, 2024, this year, March, 16 people completed a course and received a consultant certification. That means that the number of receiving consultant certification of ISO 30444 are 40 people. However, it can be said that the purpose of taking a certification course is a strong nature of studying to find out what the ISO 30414 is. FYI, the ISO 30414 consultant course that I am conducting is the only one course about 30414 in South Korea. Jahid, next slide, please. Third one is the situation of ISO 30414 certification. Finally, the first company in South Korea to receive ISO 30414 certification was born in May this year. I'm very happy. The above company is in the pharmaceutical field and is name of Dong-A Social Holdings. In South Korea, it is a company with a very high reputation as one of the top 10 companies in the pharmaceutical industry. The certification audit was conducted by our friend Jeff, CEO of HCMI, and I also did my best to help Jeff finish ISO 30414 audit of Dong-A. The time I spent with Jeff was very enjoyable. It was very happy time. And although it was hard work, it was very happy to become the Dong-A to be certified. Currently, there are two companies in South Korea preparing for receiving ISO 30414 certification. I can't announce the name of the company because I haven't received the official application of the certification yet. But there are very famous companies. Above things, current situation about ISO 30414 in South Korea, although they are still far away from global trend and below status of our neighbor country, Japan, Shinsuke. I will do my best to so that more companies in Korea can receive ISO 30414 certification. Thank you very much, my colleagues.
Excellent.
Before I finish my presentation, I wanna give my honor to Salon, our best colleague, because I'm reading a book. I got so much of inspiration about human capital due to our colleagues, Salon. Thank you, Salon.
Super.
That's all. Thank you very much, my colleagues.
So, as you mentioned that I think you've been able to successfully implemented this standard for the individuals and also one of the organizations. So this brings us to an understanding that HR itself, whether it's a practitioner, consultant, researcher, academician, this is one of the key stakeholders of this process. And you can add a lot of value to the industry, and also, it has, I think, the strong economic prospects for the individuals as well. Thank you. That's why I said the sun never sets on this group. It reminds me to the time frame. I think 10th, 11th November in Washington D.C. when the ISO TC 260 was created. I was one of them, and there were 4 countries in the working group HR metrics: U.S., Germany, France, Netherlands, and Pakistan itself. And by now you can see how this tide is rising and how more and more people are getting involved with the standards. Next, all the speakers, we are done with their talks, and now I think all the time is up. We can still have some time for the questions or the comments that anybody may like to have, and then we can would like to close this webinar. So anyone with any questions or comments, feel free to type in the chat box, or if you wish to speak, that would be preferred. Anyone from within the speakers or the participants, feel free to get involved.
David Simmons from HCM Metrics in UK. Thank you, everybody, for a wonderful overview of all that's been happening in the last few years. It's good to see some marketing in this area, and I commend everybody in pushing forward in this very important topic.
Thanks for your remarks, David Simmons. Okay, Thank you, Nick, for sharing your email ID. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, here is the website of the HCM Human Capital Impact Global Expert Network. For more resources, we have the information regarding the company that are certified. Hopefully, we'll have more information in times to come. We're also going to upload the webinar, I think, in next 2 days. So feel free to get in touch. We also have a page on the LinkedIn. And with this, if you don't have any further questions or comments, we will be closing this sessions. Or Helga, would you like to have any final remarks? Over to you.
I do have a very quick comment. I
Mhm.
want to thank you, Sahid. This has been wonderful, great experience. A lot of time went into that in getting this thing organized. But I also want to thank all of you participants who spent all the time with us. 2 hours in a webinar is a lot of work, a lot of attention. This was fantastic. And certainly to all of my partners, I see them now on the screen. It's very touching and very, very impressive what has happened today. And the good thing is it's being taped. And the good thing is for all participants, you can reach out to any one of us in the Human Capital Impact Network and beyond of that for individual conversations that you might have taken notes about. So Sahid, thank you to you and your team.
Pleasure and happy to connect and serve the group. Thank you everyone for connecting from the different parts of the world in the different time zone, and hoping to have more such dialogue in the future, because this is a process and we'd like to, we are open to learn from each other. Thank you once again. All the best. Take care of yourself. Bye. Thanks, Helga. Sadi, you can close the webinar. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.